What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first live watch party episode for Catfish on Ice for the 2025-26 season for the Predators. Took us a few games to get our first one in, but right on time. It's the beginning of the second period between the Nashville Predators and the Minnesota Wild. Max, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. Just trying. It's been a while since I've had to multitask the episode and then watching the game too. I mean, if I'm watching up here, this is just me watching the game. Obviously, I'm still listening and everything, but yeah, I got a lot of things to juggle right now.
Exactly. So for new listeners or viewers of this podcast, we like to do watch-alongs, watch parties, whatever you want to call it, for some of these episodes. That's what we're doing tonight. So if you're new to the show, don't be shy. Jump in, comment on YouTube, hit subscribe while you're there. That'd be great too. And we have a lot of fun. And we'll put the comments on the screen as we go. And, of course, the GOAT of Catfish and Ice listeners, Johnny, otherwise known as Predemption, has been there since the beginning of this podcast. He is an OG
You texted me minutes ago.
And he has already said he has to watch the Minnesota Wild feed tonight. Yeah. I don't know why you can't get the Preds feed. I don't it gives me the option to.
He always has trouble with that. I think since he lives in Vancouver, his options are limited for watching it. He doesn't get traditional ESPN Plus and all that. I don't know the ins and outs of how it all works, but he always gets one. He gets one feed, and it's oftentimes not the Preds feed.
All right, he says he watches NHL Center Ice.
Yep.
All right, so that's like the league package thing. But they only give him one feed, he says. Well, you're stuck with the Minnesota Wild feed. But here we go. It's 1-0 Wild right now. The second period just started as we're going live here for episode 282 of Catfish on Ice with Chad Minton and Max Greenberg. And as we roll through this live watch party episode, we will hit rapid fire topics. We'll talk about other things other than the game in front of us. But as Max already just said, this is some multitasking on another level because as we all know, hockey moves so fast. And if you look away for just a split second, you'll miss something important. So that's why we need our listeners to really jump in when we miss something here. And we need you in the comments. So you got Johnny here hanging out right now. And we need some other people in here. So we'll see if that happens. But Max, you are locked in right now. How do you feel about this game early on as the Predators are down 1-0, but the shots are pretty even? 11-10 in favor of Minnesota.
This period, I think it's been a little worse. But overall, the first period I thought was pretty good. I thought offensively we were getting some chances. Hit a few 3 posts, which wasn't good. Oh, I almost got scored right there. It was 2-on-1 there. But either way,
Max, you really kill your momentum when you take 2 early penalties, and they were 2 very clear penalties.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't argue with the officials about those penalties being called. And this is something Andrew Burnett's really been vocal about lately is, it's really just old school mentality. You're taking too many damn penalties.
Right.
He didn't say it exactly that way, I don't think. But there's good old John Hines. I keep forgetting he coaches the Minnesota Wild.
I know, right? Well, good news. Justin Barron, speaking of penalties, just drew a penalty on that 2-on-1 I just reacted to a second ago. So
he's got some sneaky speed that he got behind the defense there.
Yeah, Justin Barron. I mean, overall this year, I think Justin Barron's been, all things considered, pretty good.
All right, so the power play's been on the up and up lately, guys. I mean, yeah. I've been making so many jokes about the Preds power play lately, but
I even tweeted something last night. Yet they had 2 goals, so I mean, props to them.
They're looking better. I think they're up to like 26th in the league, 16% power play rate. You need this one pretty.
Sorry,
I think you're way ahead of me.
I might be. Sorry, my reaction's going to come and go.
You're about 5 seconds ahead of me because I know exactly what you reacted to when I finally saw it.
Yep.
I think when it comes to the Predators power play, just you got to simplify things here. I mean, I think sometimes they just try to do too much, and they try to make the perfect pass. They try to make the perfect setup. And it really does not help that you don't have Roman Josi quarterback in your power play.
I mean, obviously, though, a lot of it does also come down to a talent issue. You got nobody in the middle of the ice, so you're going to be limited there. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard. I mean, there's, I guess, adjustments you can make here and there and stuff. But, like, again, with what the Preds roster is, even on the power play, too, you are somewhat limited. So, I mean, you have to take it.
Let's say hello to a newcomer on the watch along party here tonight, and that is Raptor Jesus the Third.
Yeah,
on YouTube says howdy back. Thank you for joining us. Don't be shy. Get in on what you're. If you're watching this game with us right now, don't be shy. Tell us what you're seeing. We'll put it up there. Let's see. Redemption comes up here and says, considering a back-to-back situation, the Preds are faring well so far. Yeah. I would agree, Johnny.
Yep, absolutely.
I heard on the Preds broadcast with Willie Donick and Chris Mason that the Predators didn't get into Minnesota until 2:30 a.m. local
That's what I heard as well.
That's rough. I mean,
and it's not like the business any hours or anything. They stayed on one time zone for whatever that's worth.
I mean, we're not in the business of making excuses here. So I'm not going to use that as an excuse, but that is still I mean, this is just every team has to deal with this. This isn't like something that just the Predators have to deal with. It's just you play back-to-backs in this league, and sometimes you can be on the wrong end of it in a matchup where the Minnesota Wild, they're at home. They've been off the last 2 days. So, yeah, sometimes you can just be on the wrong end of that in a back-to-back. But with that being said, I think the Predators being down 1-0 right now are actually
yes, there we go, baby. Let's go. Matthew Wood. I think that's him.
Wow. Max is way ahead of me. Oh, look at that.
I thought it was offside. Yeah, that's Matthew Wood again. That's been definitely good. Matthew Wood, baby.
That's 3 goals for Matthew Wood in a very short amount of time.
I looked up today. He has 5 points in 7 games. That's a great start for
and that was also a really good move at the net by Michael McCarron. Let's give him some love too.
Who kept that in the zone there? That's the MVP right there. Whoever kept that in the zone. I can't quite tell.
I think it was Michael McCarron, wasn't it?
No, that was Tyson Jost. Wow, that's a great play.
Well, look at your depth coming through for the Preds again right now. I mean, we've been talking about how much the offense has struggled for the Predators this year, but when they do find offense, Max, it is their depth more than anything right now.
And a lot of it comes from their defense too. I've noticed.
Think about Michael Bunting and what he's been putting up there. Think about Matthew Wood, 3 goals now.
Eric Hall has been playing pretty well too.
And they're still there. I mean, look at McCarron is again and Jost again are in the zone and putting pressure on the Wild right now. So we have a tie game. I'll have to update the score down there on the live stream. But we have a tie game right now, guys. Just after we go live. And now we know that Max is about 5 seconds ahead of me.
I have the power.
He does have the power right now. So there you go. Scores updated down there. It's 1-1 now. Raptor Jesus says, let's go.
Yes, sir. We needed that.
Johnny says, bang. Man, I wish I had Mike Twitter in here because he used to do the bang, but Johnny is carrying the torch with the bang, which has always been. We made T-shirts back in the day. Catfish and Ice T-shirts that had bang on them. When we first started these. And then Raptor Jesus also says Wood is on a heater for sure.
He is, man. He's had a great start.
If we're digging for positives in this season so far, and there's a few if you really want to look hard.
There are.
How do you overlook Matthew Wood right now?
Dude, I mean, even I was surprised, and I said a second ago, but I was surprised when I look up. He has, now I guess 6 points in 8 games. I mean, for a rookie who's played like 10, 15 games in his whole career. That's remarkable.
And we felt good about Wood going into the season. I mean, he had that injury that kept him from starting the season in the lineup. But without that injury, he's probably in the opening night lineup. So, it's pretty awesome to see him come back into the lineup when the Preds desperately need him, that spark. Speaking of spark plugs, some pregame notes.
Oh, no.
When I was going into this game tonight, Max, some pregame notes, Zachary LaRue gets called up.
I did see that, and he's not playing in this
Doesn't-
game. I'm guessing they just like haven't gotten up to speed yet. But yeah, that was great to see.
Yeah. I think it was a late call up, a late decision. They didn't want to just throw him in there.
I'm surprised they announced it on the back half of the back-to-back. I thought for sure they would wait till Thursday if they did, but it's good to see regardless.
Yeah. But he's looking good in Milwaukee. He's already got 4 goals this season for the Admirals. We thought it was inevitable that he was going to get called up sooner or later. You know, he was probably the biggest surprise out of training camp to not make the team.
I think it was a lot due to his injury, though, that he suffered. That was the biggest reason that he went back, which makes sense.
But you look at the Preds here in this matchup against the Wild, you've got 2 teams who are hanging out in what I like to always call the mucky middle, swampy, mucky middle, no one can figure out who you are type of thing. And, you know, you could call the Minnesota Wild an underperforming team right now. That'd be a very fair assessment of them with some of the talent they have. But this is a pretty critical early season division matchup for the Preds. I call this a pretty big test for them, Max.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. And so far, they're playing well. I mean, they've had the Wild pinned in their zone for the past few minutes since that goal. I mean,
I know.
Right now, momentum's all. Oh, I almost could have had another one there.
And that's a great thing to see. They score a goal. And how many times have we? Oh, you're right, Max. I just caught up to you. Yeah. Who was that? That was.
I don't remember that.
Was that Bunting?
Might have been. I really don't remember. And now the Wild just iced the
But they're still hemmed in on the zone.
Yeah.
I mean, Stastny just threw a shot on net. I mean, finally the Wild clear it.
And it's an icing.
They take icing. And it's an icing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they're right now who's had the upper hand in the second period. It's been us.
They look gassed. The Wild look gassed too.
And they can't make a line change now. They got to keep all 5 guys on the ice.
Yeah.
That was Bunting who had that chance a second ago. I just saw the replay.
This is a beautiful thing to see from the Preds right now, though. That's what I was getting at, is how many times have we seen the Predators score a goal and then they just don't keep that momentum going, but they're doing that right now. This is a beautiful thing to see.
Or completely lose it.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. But they're actually building off momentum right now, which is what good teams do.
Right.
You put the throat on the neck of the other team when you're in this situation, and a lot of times the Preds don't do that. They just like they score and then they're just like, okay, we're satisfied, and you let the other team come back. You can't do that.
Yeah, no. I mean, right now, I mean, they've kept it up right now. And I mean, puck possession in the O zone. I mean, it's everything you want to see right now.
Coming up on the midway point of regulation, we are tied 1-1. But look at the shot total right now, 21-11 in favor of the Preds.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, again, right now, everything's happening is what you want to see. I mean, it's been a great second period right now. There's no doubt about it.
And still have not seen the first. We haven't even seen Justus Onanen really have to be tested that much, which is also good.
Oh, timeout, by the way. The Raptor Jesus guy who commented, that's actually this one guy I met at the game last week. He has his half-season tickets right by where I have my quarter-season tickets. I texted him at the show, and now that's why you see his comment right there.
That's awesome. Either way.
His name is Donovan, so you see him again, that's Donovan.
All right, we'll call him Donovan. But that's also a really cool YouTube handle. Either way.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you. I gotta also, as we watch the game, we can save it maybe for the intermission or we can talk about it now. But I just really desperately want to see Steven Stamkos do something impactful in this game. He did hit a post in this game.
He did. I think it was off a deflected shot, but yes, he did.
But, I mean, I put out a comment last night during the Vancouver game about Stamkos passing to a fellow Ghost, and it's getting a lot of traction. And I wasn't even trying to be too, disrespectful. It's just true. That's literally what I call Stamkos right now. He is a ghost. I don't even notice him out there ever.
No.
I mean, I have to really look for him when you have other guys who are way less talented than Stamkos making way bigger impacts for this team. like Michael Bunting, like Tyson Jost, like Eric Holla. So what is going on with Stamkos that some of these other guys are chopping wood and making things happen?
I mean,
I think more and more people are starting to come around to the fact that he is just not a match with Andrew Brunette. And it was a horrible idea to begin with.
I mean, you could say that too. I mean, also, I just think the guy has really just declined. I mean, you can see him as a player is just nowhere near the same play driver, playmaker, any of that he used to have. He's even before he left Tampa, his impact at 5-on-5 was declining drastically. And like he was a guy, especially towards the end of his career, who like I know we kind of gave Lightning fans crap at the time, but they were kind of right. It's like the later he went in his career, he was really thriving off playmakers, and the Preds just don't have enough playmakers.
That's true. So, I mean, let's say
Lindsay every way.
Let's say hi to Lindsay, another old friend of the show.
How are we doing?
We have missed you, Lindsay, and it's so happy to. It makes me so happy to see you here. She says, "Hello, friends. Hello back, Lindsay. Thank you for being here. We love you." Yeah, and you also have to wonder if Stamkos were to go to another team, especially a very talent-rich team, would he be able to kind of burn the Predators going to his next team, kind of like some other former players have done recently?
It'd be better than this. It'd be better than this. I mean, I know it's a low bar, but I can't. I mean, if he went to even back to Tampa, he'd be even a little better than this.
Well, I mean, I got some Tampa friends down here, and they're like, "Oh, just trade us back. Just trade Stamkos back to us." And I'm like, "It's not that simple."
It's not. I mean, yeah. Do they want to take on that contract?
That's what I was about.
Take on that contract for the next 2 years after this one and this year. Okay, be my guest.
That's what I was about to say. Tampa doesn't have the resources or the cap space, I'm pretty sure, to take him on.
And even like I wrote, like I remember 2 weeks ago when we were on this podcast, I had a segment on like how a buyout's possible. And I wrote an article about that to expand on it. And
it could still happen.
And I talked
eventually.
Like, even in a trade, I was like, even if you retain $4 million of that, other teams still might be hesitant to even take that.
No, I think the narrative right now is the Predators might even have to give up an extra asset.
I mentioned that as well. I mentioned that in the article that even just to get rid of him, you might have to.
You would have to sweeten the deal,
right?
You would have to sweeten the deal,
right? Yeah, and it's really not. I mean, that's when it really becomes not ideal.
But here's why. Here,
just doing the buyout.
Here is my best case scenario for how this ends, and it's pretty simple. Stamkos somehow starts putting some pucks in the back of the net and increases his trade value at least enough to where you can get some people who are interested. And I do think there's some mild interest in him, but I think a lot of the teams are just a wait and see approach right now. Nothing's going to happen right now with a Stamkos trade. It's not going to happen this early in the season. Teams tend to get more desperate as injuries pile up, as you get closer to the deadline. You start getting teams who are hanging out on the bubble. You have teams who are underperforming, who need that extra jolt. You have teams who are overperforming, who suddenly want to go all in. That's when you can start really, truly assessing the market on Stamkos. You can't get a true read on the Stamkos market right now in early November.
Here's one thing I'll also say that I'm thinking of now. I kind of wish I said in my article. And this isn't just going to go for like Stamkos only. I'm sure a lot of other teams are going to think about this when making trades, like going forward. But especially for a guy like Stamkos, who's quite obviously not even playing remotely up to his contract, you're going to have to think, because next year, I believe with the new CBA, it closes the loophole for teams allowing for like no cap space in the playoffs. Essentially, teams aren't not going to be able to LTIR everybody and like hope everyone comes back to the playoffs. Like, no, you're going to have to choose your cap space carefully. So is that going to influence some teams making trades? And especially for a guy like Stamkos, our team's going to want to burn their precious cap space on that, even for $4 million for the next 2 years. That's not nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I think in some way, I don't think Stamkos is making it the full 4 years here.
No. And I'm still holding strong. And I mean, obviously there's no way out of this where like you could say like, oh, I want this to happen, but like, and what I think is going to happen is the only real way out of it is you buy him out. I don't see another feasible way out of this.
That was a good little slot chance there. Yeah. You know who else I'm waiting to really break out? And it's a completely different situation, polar opposites. But Fedor Svechkov has 0 points.
Yeah, he's the one. I mean,
think about how much flack Tommy Novak was getting last year before he got traded for not doing enough to be a second line center. I'll admit this, a lot further along in his NHL journey than Fedor Svechkov is, but still. And it was almost like Fedor Svechkov he's not even playing in the top 6 right now. He's got 0 points. Eric Haula has had to take over second line center duties, which, let's also be honest about this. Couldn't make sense of the Eric Haula acquisition when it happened. And I'm not saying he's really moving mountains too much for us right now, but at least the dude is a plug and play option right now, is kind of where the Predators are stuck with. So he's playing second line center right now, Eric Haula, at this stage in his career. I'm not saying it's ideal or that it's pretty, but the writing was on the wall going into this season that the Predators had the worst core of centers in the league.
Yep.
Arguably, most likely. And they're having to play Eric Haula on the second line, but I don't think he's all that bad of a placeholder now.
No, and I even wrote, even before
I'll admit, Max, that I've been kind of wrong about Eric Haula.
Even before the season started, actually, when the acquisition first originally happened, I was not a fan. But even I wrote the article before the season started of the preview for Eric Haula. When I wrote that article, I had kind of started to come around to the move a little more, and we're seeing now. Certainly of all the issues on the Preds, Eric Haula is not even remotely. Although I will say, if last week in the press conference, Andrew Brunette called him out for taking too many penalties. Yeah, I will say that,
and I'm glad he did that. Brunette needs to do that.
Right? No, I agree, and it was warranted. He's telling the truth.
Redemption says he'll be a good trade piece. That meaning Haula come early March. I think the Preds are going to have a few. They're most likely going to be a seller. We can admit that. And then Lindsay says that the Preds are the Flames of the Central Division. Interesting enough, they just played each other, and the Preds did win that game. Scored 3 goals in the first period. Michael Bunting had 3 points in the first period. Almost let the Flames come back in that game. But Saros had 30-plus saves. The Flames are definitely holding the fort down to make sure the Preds aren't the worst team in the Western Conference right now. It's so early right now that you really can't pay attention to the standings too much when it comes to who's the worst, who's the best. Again, I'll call it teams are going to start separating themselves normally once you get further into November. That's when teams start separating themselves a lot. Right now, I really don't pay attention too much to the standings and where anyone sits. We see some of the normal teams we expect to be at the top. Colorado's looking good. New Jersey's looking good. You got your teams that you expect to be good. They're playing well. Vegas. But for the most part, a lot of teams are jockeying for a position right in the middle. Yeah. So Stamkos in the penalty box.
Yep. Yeah, he took a penalty. It was kind of a weird one, but not what you want to see there.
Either way, when you're a guy like Stamkos, who the only way he's noticed is when he's in the penalty box, not a good look.
Nope.
And we all know the Minnesota Wild have a really good power play. They've already scored. Did they score on the power play earlier? I think
they already did tonight.
They scored on their. Yeah, they scored on their second
goal. It was Kaprizov from the outside.
Oh yeah, that was a crazy screenshot too. Onanen had no chance to stop it. Really, he couldn't even see the puck. It was just a great shot from Kaprizov. Also, I will be fully transparent that I have very, very little confidence in Justus Onanen as a backup. I just don't feel like he's so streaky, and don't trust him when he has to face a large barrage of shots. Luckily, he hasn't had to deal with that tonight. Preds have only given up 11 shots tonight. And I'm not going to even – he's playing pretty good the few amount of shots he's faced tonight. And the one goal he did give up was not – I won't put that really on him. He was just – it was a power play. It was a great shot from one of the best players in the league. But I just don't trust Onanen as a backup. I totally understand why Saros is going to have another 60-plus start season. I don't think Onanen is a long-term answer as a backup at all. He is playing to hopefully land somewhere else eventually. I don't think his long-term future is with Nashville. I just don't. He's a placeholder.
I'm on and off with him, honestly. I don't think he's like the issue, of course. I mean, how can he be? He's the backup. But like there's, again, some games he's had that are really good and some that are really bad. So, I guess it's about finding that consistency sweet spot. But I don't know. And then there's a goal right there, again, on the power play, deflected in. So, again, not really Onanen's fault. But I guess as we're talking about it, it's
just another pinball style screened goal.
Yeah.
But this is the different layers of an NHL season. What was it, like a week ago? We were just so encapsulated by the Preds penalty kill. We were saying this is their calling card. This is what's saving them right now. But you look at this goal here. It's way back by the blue line.
It was tipped in, though.
It was tipped in. It was a perfect tip-in type of goal. And there you have Stamkos. They just literally put the camera on Stamkos, and he just looks so miserable. Like a hostage. Like, seriously. This dude's like, get me out of here.
Yeah, you can only imagine what's going on through his head with all this.
So the Wild... And again, the Predators have to play comeback here, and it's a team that's just – I'll give them credit. They made the comeback last night against Vancouver and salvaged that overtime point after being down 4-2 in that game. I've been calling the Preds out all year to say – I've been saying this since like the third game of the season. The Preds can't score more than 2 goals in a game very often. So now you're looking at where they're at right now, late in the second period. They're down 2-1. They've played a pretty overall solid game if you take out the 3 penalties and the 2 power play goals.
Right.
Even strength, they're playing a pretty damn good game. But, special teams will make or break you.
Yeah, hard to complain about what the Preds have done at even strength tonight. I think they've been, again, like you said, they've been pretty good there, really good in some aspects. But again, the penalties are bad. One thing I actually just saw in the Twitter timeline that actually might have some real truth to it. Emma Lingen she tweeted last night, but she just tweeted again. Turns out Cole Smith may have been pretty essential to the Preds penalty kill being good.
Oh,
maybe on something there.
No, that's for every criticism I give Cole Smith, I make sure I also mention, hey, he's on this team because he is a tenacious penalty killer, and they are absolutely missing him on the penalty kill. There's no doubt about it, and Emma is absolutely right about that.
Yeah, no, that's a really solid take right there.
Just going to get caught up on some of the stats so far in the game. I'm on Money Puck right now. This kind of goes back to how the Preds are getting beat in special teams. If you look at Money Puck's expected goals in all situations right now, the Predators are almost a full goal ahead of the Minnesota Wild in expected goals. But, of course, we all know expected goals isn't what wins you games. It's actually scoring goals. But it's a 2.49 to 1.66 in favor of the Preds in expected goals. But if you put that at 5-on-5, the lead for the Predators looks even better. 2.24 expected goals for the Preds at 5-on-5 in this game. The Wild are all the way down at 1.22 expected goals.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're getting beat in special teams right now. That's what's happening.
and again, like I always point to it, but I mean, you're really suffering from a lack of talent, being able to finish chances and do all of that. I mean, you get all this zone time, you play well, but you just can't finish. And again, I mean, as many deficiencies as this team's had, like it's not the first time we've been able to say like, oh, they're doing good things in the offensive zone, blah blah. They just can't convert, can't finish, can't make the plays.
And you're looking at just looking at some of the expected goals leaders right now, and you got Ryan O'Reilly up there right now, who has been kind of quiet offensively lately.
Let's see here.
What do we got going on now?
Kirill Kaprizov's in the box. I don't know what exactly for. I guess we'll take it. I have to see the replay again. I really couldn't tell. Someone correct me if I miss something very obvious.
Well, here's your. I mean, this is where you. I mean, if it's going to be a special teams type of game, then this is where the Predators got to take care of business, right?
Oh, come on. Yeah, you got to score here. Whoa. Okay, never mind.
They're trying to get Stamkos involved again in his normal wheelhouse.
Yeah, and he's on the second. Is the second power play unit? It might be. Andrew Brunette had to understandably shuffle the power play units recently, and I mean,
but I mean, again, I mean,
you have to.
I also think not having Roman Josi is a killer for your.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, then again, though, I mean, it's talent all over. That's the problem too.
Also, just getting out of your zone. Like zone exits were already a really bad problem for this team before they lost Roman Josi. But then you talk about not having Roman Josi to get out of your zone. I mean, he is such a good player at getting the puck, rushing the puck up the ice, and getting things set up for your offense. That's been a struggle without him. I think he's missed 7 games now, and they updated it on the broadcast today saying that Yossi's probably at least 2 weeks away from realistically getting back into game shape.
As well. I just hope. I mean, he can stay. I mean, he's had so many injuries recently. I mean, you just hope he can stay healthy when he comes back. I mean, you got to think at some point it's taking a toll on him.
So less than a minute left on the power play. That's where I'm at on it right now. Yeah. Matthew Wood skating to the bench. They're getting some zone time, but they're having trouble getting pucks to the net to actually make Gustafsson make a save. And again, they just can't get past that blue line. They can't get into that zone and actually get set up. I mean, it happens again. Look, the Wild keep getting that puck past the blue line and clearing it. And it's just it's such a problem. You waste so much time on your power play just trying to get into the zone, and by the time you finally get set up, it's over. Right. And this power play is going to be dead on arrival. Big moment in the game there.
And it's pretty much over now. Oh, no.
You've doubled the shots on goal.
Oh, no. No.
What is going on?
Oh. And
all right.
The Wild have a possession here out of the box.
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
You got to keep this a 1-score game.
Oh, that was lucky.
I know they made a 2-goal comeback last night against Vancouver.
Oh, you cannot afford to give up a goal here.
You also got to realize this team has got to be gassed. Asking to make another 2-goal comeback, I mean, that's just asking for too much on a back-to-back. You got to keep this a 1-score game and give yourself a chance in the third period.
Absolutely.
This is the 4th division game of the year for the Predators. They're 0-2-1 so far. They've lost 2 regulation games to Winnipeg and Dallas, and then they lost early in the season to Utah in overtime. So it would be nice to get their first division win. I'll tell you that.
And that's the end of the second period right there.
That's your second period right there. All right, so it's 2-1. Not out of the woods. Not dead in the water, I should say, actually. I mean, they've played a pretty strong game. I will go ahead and say they weathered that storm. It could have been worse. Let's say hi to Steven. Steven jumps in, another newcomer to the watch party. Says, hey, guys, great job with the live stream and watch party. Hope your nights are going well. Hope you can get the W tonight. Thank you, Steven.
Thank you for the kind words. Appreciate it.
Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. And if you want to stick around, please do. It should be a fun third period. I feel like the Preds and the Wild always do have just really good games between the two teams. Wild are a hard team to figure out, I would say. Kind of hard to predict. Steven also asked, what jerseys are you all wearing tonight? I'm wearing the GOAT jersey, my Pecorine jersey, the first Preds jersey.
Right, UFC jersey, as I always
got
do.
Roman. There we go. So you got the captain, and you got the GOAT of the franchise. So I feel like we're bringing the good mojo the best we can right now with these two jerseys. I feel like we're trying our best.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, this is my I at least like to call it my lucky jersey. I always wear this jersey, so
there you go. We need some good luck right now. But again, I think the Predators should have one goal in them in the third period. I think it was a pretty big deal to get it into that second intermission, keeping that a 2-1 score. It would have been, of course, it would have been nice to get that power play goal there to tie it at 2. But I think if you're in the locker room right now, you're regrouping, you're staying focused. If you're the Predators, you're right in this game. It's a 2-1 game in a really tough situation on a back-to-back. You're in this game. You can win this game. You can go take this game in the third period. It's if you're counting this like a boxing match, I would say even though the Predators were losing in the first period, I think they won that first period. They lost the second. They lost
strength.
They lost the second period. That's fair to say, too. Even though they scored in that second period, they also lost that second period.
I mean,
so
did we really, though? Because at even strength again, we were playing really well.
Yeah, but you can't be taking penalties, and you cannot. I think there were some times in that period where they looked a little bit more loose than they should have been defensively. So that's where we stand. So I even though the scoreboard says 2-1 Minnesota, I think this is a really evenly matched game, and the Preds have to go out and prove to me. You can call me a doubter all you want. I am a doubter, and they can prove me wrong in this third period. I have been very, very clear that I will start trusting this Predators team when they can prove that they can stack wins. They can't stack wins. They can win a game here and there. They can scratch and claw their way to get an overtime point, but this team really hasn't changed at all, in my opinion, until they start proving that they can string together 3 or 4 wins every now and then. That's kind of where I'm at with it. So tonight would be a great opportunity to prove something to me in a pretty difficult situation on a back-to-back in Minnesota. That's not an easy place to win. And that's not an easy scenario. If you can dig deep in this third period and find a way to win this game, I will come away humbled and very impressed.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's just a lot you got to do. I certainly have my doubts too. I mean, even when this team is playing well, I mean, it's always in the back of my mind, like, oh, can they finish their chances? Can they stay out of the box? Can they do this? I mean, there's so much this team has to do right to win games. It's crazy.
That's another really good point, Max. This team's margin for error is very, very thin.
It's so thin. It's like I said, but I mean, I know it almost seems to the point I'm making excuses for the lack of talent level, but like with the lack of talent the Preds have, like you said, the margin for error is so razor thin.
Yeah.
So
let's take this opportunity in the second intermission to tell you about our latest DraftKings Pick 6 offer, which you can use with our promo code right now. The NBA season tips off, and so does DraftKings' newest fantasy game. DraftKings Pick 6 is the easiest way to play for big wins with every possession, giving you a shot at real money. Here's how to play. Just pick more or less on 2 or more stats and unlock the upside every game brings. Pick Six is available in Texas, California, Missouri, and more. New DraftKings customers get $50 in bonus picks with just a $5 entry on your final pick set. Don't just watch basketball. Cash in. Download the DraftKings Pick Six app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN. Play just $5 and get $50 in Pick Six bonus picks. Make the call. Ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick Six. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-799-7777 or visit ccpg.org. In Connecticut, must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick Six not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick Six bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at picksix.draftkings.com/promos. All right, so we got the NBA in full swing. We got NFL in full swing. We got hockey in full swing. College football, college basketball. There's so many sports going on.
End before you know it.
And we just had the World Series. That I'm not even a big baseball guy, but that Game 7 in the World Series between the Blue Jays and
I watched the very end.
Dodgers. Oh, my God, it was so crazy. Such a crazy ending. I felt so bad for the Blue Jays, and I had no rooting interest, but I felt so bad for their fan base. That was such a really really crummy way to lose a game.
I took a lot of amusement in the fact that you see the Blue Jays in the World Series. The Raptors won a championship many years ago, and the Leafs still cannot get past the second round. The one team Toronto would want to actually go that far.
The Leafs could do that this year. They do got the squad this year. They have the squad every year to win it. But, you said, they always fall short.
Yeah.
So we'll keep watching that. Let's see. I got another good topic we can talk about now that we're in the second intermission. And that is, let's revisit the hot seat for Andrew Brunette. And I got a rating of 4 different – I have a scale of 4 different ratings that you can give me. All right. And this is just how hot Andrew Brunette's seat is. All right. And so my 4 choices is cold, lukewarm, hot, or 911 nuclear hot. That means you're in trouble. I will start first on how hot I think Andrew Brunette's seat is right now. And I'm not saying how hot it is according to the fans, who I know would say nuclear hot. No, I'm going with what I think Barry Trotz thinks about Andrew Brunette. And you know what? I'm going to shock some people here. I think it's lukewarm.
I'm going to say that's what I would say.
I don't think. First of all, I don't think Barry Trotz listens to the fans at all.
No.
And I'm not saying the fans don't have a reason to be upset with Andrew Brunette. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I think Barry Trotz sees the long game more than the fans do right now. And he's going to give Andrew Brunette a lot more time than the fans want. And so I say it's lukewarm.
I have a few reasons for agreeing with that and a lot of things to consider. So, it's hard to, this Preds season, with where this team is, it's kind of, as we've kind of alluded to in the past, this team, quite frankly, lacks an identity. We're still trying to figure out what they are, as crazy as it seems. But if you think about the Preds season, I was actually talking to one of my buddies who's a New York Rangers fan, but he's really knowledgeable about hockey and sports in general. And he was talking to me about what he thought of the Preds. And one of the things he said, and I actually totally agree. He's like, the big part of the thing you want to measure this year is if the young guys are playing well, and if the guys who you can trade at the deadline are playing well to get good returns. And for the most part, it's not perfect, but I would say for the most part, that's happening. You look at the guys who you might trade at the deadline. Prime examples, Eric Hall and Michael Bunting. They're playing well now. Judging by what we've seen based off GMs at the trade deadline, you never know. You get something, fairly decent for both those guys if they keep up what they're doing. So that's a plus. And then when you look at the rest of the like the young guys, Matthew Wood, who scored tonight, he's continued to play well. Now, like I said, 6 points in 8 games, really off to a great start for a guy who's played so few games in the league. He's getting after. He's doing a lot of good things. Love to see that. Luke Evangelista leads this team in assists. I know a lot of them have been secondary assists, so take that for what it is. But, I mean, he's still getting involved. He's still helping make plays. And, he still does lead the team in assists. That has to be counted for something. He's pretty high up there in expected goals. And he seems that he's playing pretty well on the first line. He had a good game last night. He did a lot of good things. I like where he's at right now. He's on pace for 50 points. That's about what you wanted to see from him this year. Fedor Svechkov, again, that's the one where you really got to get him going. But again, that's one, and hopefully there's still plenty of reason to hope and honestly expect that he'll get his legs back under him. By no means is Fedor Svechkov's career over or anything. But look at some of the other guys. Ozzy Weisblatt. I mean, have we had one night where we have looked at Ozzy Weisblatt and not said at least something like, "Oh wow, what a good play by Ozzy Weisblatt"? The dude is everywhere right now. You love to see that from him. And even on defense, Spencer Stastny and Justin Barron, like I kind of talked about earlier in the episode, all things considered from their pairing, I think they've looked pretty good. And I think most of the fan base would agree. They've looked pretty good.
I actually think that is how Andrew Brunette is going to be judged right now on his so-called hot seat, is the development of the youth of this roster. And if Barry Trotz thinks that those guys are trending in a right direction and that Andrew Brunette is a big proponent as to why those players are looking in the right direction, then Brunette's not going anywhere. But I will say also, it could work in his disadvantage if Trotz sees no progress from the young talent on this team. And so that's kind of
where my holdup has been, is like, let's see how the season goes with the young guys. That's where my thought is, like, give them the year, see how it goes. And if the young guys really are not showing progress, that's where I would concede to the point of being, okay, I'm out on injury.
Yeah. But I think there's also another layer to it, and that is, how much is Trotz going to waste stock on someone like Stamkos looking like a shell of his former self? How much is he going to blame Brunette for that? I mean, you have to ask that as well.
To be very honest, a lot of the fans might disagree with me. I don't really think Brunette deserves a lot of blame for that. He deserves some, but like, I get what you're saying, but my thought on that is Trotz went out and signed these players.
How much is ego going to get into it? How much is Trotz going to think, man, I went out and got you these guys in 2024. We were the story of the offseason in 2024. Like, everyone was talking about the Nashville Predators and how they went out and made those power moves to sign those guys. And I gave you these guys. I gave you these weapons. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
That makes sense.
I gave you these weapons, and you give me a 68-point season, nearly the worst season in Nashville Predators history. I'm just playing devil's advocate. That's the only reason why I'm torn between choosing lukewarm or hot. I don't think it's so hot, like nuclear option, that he's like going to be ousted in the next month. I'm nowhere near on that level. But the only reason I might say it might be kind of hot is because of that thinking. How much is Trotz upset ego-wise that he went out and made those moves in 2024, and now Trotz has the one with the egg on his face right now because none of those free agency signings have panned out. That's the only thing that makes me wonder. But I think that Trotz is going to be – I think he's overall a pretty patient general manager, more so than maybe others. And that he's gonna play the long game here with Brunette.
One thing, I'll actually add a few things on to what you said about Steven Stamkos. And I'll obviously say that, at the time when it happened, we all got consumed in the hype, myself. But when you look back, and I know the greatest power of the human species is the power of hindsight. But when you look back and, you think about, these situations and these signings, it's like, it honestly seems like we that was not the right way to build this roster. Because again, Stamkos, as I've talked about many times, it's obvious he's declined. I think that's the main reason, maybe not the full, but the main reason why he has been doing as well. Jonathan Marchessault's also declined. His underlying numbers fell off a cliff last year. He's getting no younger. I don't see any way he hasn't peaked yet. Brady Shea obviously has not been good. And when, let me just say, at least in the case of Stamkos, I'm not a fan of the way the Lightning went about letting him go. I thought they were very disrespectful to the guy who was their captain for so many years, basically just sweeping him off to the side, whereas they could have said, we appreciate everything Stamkos has done for many years. He was our captain. He was a great ambassador for this franchise. They could have done all that. All to say, Tampa Bay did not let Stamkos walk for no reason. Vegas did not let Jonathan Marchessault walk for no reason. Carolina did not let Brady Shea walk for no reason. And yes, obviously at the time, Trotz wasn't thinking that way. But one thing I'll also say, and our good friend Boyd has talked about this many times, where it's honestly a curse, I would say, in a lot of ways, because the GM, you have to have like a plan and stick with it. But at some degree, it could be a little bit blessing, because Trotz has been very much willing to change his mind, change what he's doing with the team. And I could easily see him looking back, saying like, you know what? I messed up there.
Yeah. Well, also, this is more like rumors and more like, I wouldn't call it clickbait, but definitely rumors that ultimately in the end, Trotz is going to come back and coach this team. He's going to fire Brunette and take over the head coaching duties. You're shaking your head right now, Max, but honestly, if that happened, I would be like, let's go. I like Barry Trotz, the head coach, way more than I like the general manager.
I guess, but man.
Come on, Max.
If that would have happened, that's just like, that's where you think, like, where are we as a franchise?
Come on, Max. That's a net positive, in my opinion.
I don't know if I can say that.
What happens if a better GM comes in and Trotz say,
I guess we all know, Barry. If that happens, okay. But there is no guarantee of that.
I know that looks like a sideshow.
I heard along those lines also that if that were to happen, apparently Brian Poyle would be in consideration. If you go that route, then I'm like, what are we doing here, people? I'm not saying Brian Poyle can't be a good GM, but it's like we're just being the boys club again and again.
All I'm saying is I trust Trotz the coach way more than I trust Trotz the GM. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's no question.
Would it look like a sideshow? Yes, it would. Yeah. I give you that as well.
Think about this. And if you're not a Preds fan and you see that move, you're like, wow, what? That organization is a joke.
Initially, though, I think everyone would be doing a parade on Broadway because Andrew Brunette's gone.
Again, I don't even know what to say. I don't know. If Brunette would be fired and Trotz goes and becomes a coach, unless you really hire a good GM candidate, I just don't know how you can spin this as good. I don't know.
It's very much a speculation. It's probably not going to happen.
I don't know.
All right, looking at the second period stats that FanDuel is sharing right now. It went away too fast. Damn it.
Third period starting right now.
All right, there's Matthew Wood. There it goes. Love what you're seeing from him. 3 goals already this season as a rookie. A true rookie, even though he did play a few games last year. And they just showed Philip Forsberg. I mean, I say this all the time, but these are the types of moments when someone like Philip Forsberg needs to go score a goal scorer's goal. Yeah. He needs to do something special right now. Not saying that he's not already done it so much in his career. He has nothing to prove to me. I'm not saying he has to prove anything to me. But these are the types of moments where you would love to see a Philip Forsberg to say, you know what? I'm the franchise's all-time leading goal scorer. I'm going to go out and score a goal right now. I'm going to do something special.
Right.
To get to, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I think when I think Philip Forsberg. And the Predators don't have any other guys on their team who can do that. Philip Forsberg is the only guy who is capable of going out and scoring goals like that.
Yeah, this offense has at least the forward core has no game changers except for Philip Forsberg.
You do have guys who can score gritty goals. Of course you do. Ryan O'Reilly's capable of doing that. Bunting's done it lately, which is crazy for me to even say that. But hey, all the respect to him.
And again, I'll say this about when I think some people might, question me when I say, oh, this team has no game changers, minimal talent. You have some guys that used to be game changers. Stamkos used to be a game changer. Marshall might have been. Ryan O'Reilly, I would say, used to be, but they're not anymore.
What you're saying is we're the retirement home of the NHL, which is the running joke.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying that.
But, I mean, you look at this game, it's crazy. You've only given up 13 shots. You've for the most part, really, really protected your backup goalie, Justus Annunen, and he has not really had to deal with a whole lot of sustained pressure. The 2 goals he's given up were on the power play and were really difficult saves for him to have to make. So you got to be happy with that. It's just you're losing the special teams battle, and you got to find a way to dig deep right now and just get that tying goal.
Right.
That's what you got to focus on. Ozzy Weisblatt, we haven't talked about him tonight. He had a
great chance in the first period. He had a steal and short-handed and hit the post.
I thought he had it. I really did. We've all got to be happy about. We're happy about Matthew Wood. We're definitely happy about Ozzy Weisblatt.
Oh yeah, I'm thrilled with Ozzy Weisblatt so far. I don't know if he scored a goal yet. I don't know how many points he has, but there is not like I said earlier. There's been not one night where at least at one point that you haven't noticed him saying where you have not. There's been at least one moment, it feels like a game, where you've said like, "Wow, good play by Ozzy Weisblatt."
So, yeah, I mean, if you need reasons to step away from the ledge as a Predators fan, there's some players who are giving you bright spots right now.
Yeah, yeah, and some of them are the young guys, again, which is what you want to see.
Weisblatt has solidified his role to never be taken out. He's played every game.
And I'll also say, to Barry Trotz's credit, that trade 1-for-1 Igor Afanasia for Ozzy Weisblatt looks like it's worked out pretty well.
It does look good.
Yeah.
That was a really good tic-tac-toe save by Justus Annunen just now. I got to give him credit there.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was a big save. And Michael Bunting almost had something there, but he couldn't get it.
There's a lot of kind of open ice end-to-end action open up right now, so I feel like I kind of feel like either team could get a goal here very soon if this type of style continues.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
anyone's game right now.
Even though he's having a really good game, I mean, I don't view Gustafsson as a really solid top tier goalie. I think if you can really put the pressure on him, he'll give up a goal.
I think he's solid, but not like a game changer. People who follow the Wild would probably know more about it than I do, I will say.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not like you're checking his stats every day.
No, certainly not. Or like watching him every game like I do with the team in gold.
From Money Puck, let's update the expected goals. It's 2.55 to 2.12. So the Preds have kind of hit a plateau recently in this game when they really need to make a push and get that tying goal. But they're still winning the battle when it comes to expected goals if you take all situations into account.
Now, that was a good step on, and Jonas Brodin was all alone there for a second.
Matthew Wood has the lone goal in the game. 4 total shots on goal today. Shots on goal leaders, Brady Shea has 4 shots on goal.
You said Matthew Wood has 4 today?
Matthew Wood has 4. Perbix has 3. O'Reilly has 2. Evangelista, no shots on goal in 12:45. That's not a great thing you want to see. You need Evangelista press an offense. I mean, he's in there for that reason. That's it. And, Stamkos has no shots on goal. 10-13 of ice time tonight for Stamkos. I mean, it's almost like they're just pushing him out of the lineup.
I mean, can you really blame him? I mean, you can't totally push him out based on his contract, and you're obviously not going to send him down to the minors. But what really good reason has he given you to really
No, I agree.
Lineup spot besides the fact that he's getting paid $8 million a year?
And then at the very bottom is Svechkov, 6-12 of ice time tonight. Just having a hard time making an impact on the team.
He might benefit from going back to Milwaukee I think he's eligible, but I don't think it'd be the worst thing, honestly, to send him back down there just to get his confidence back, honestly.
I honestly would not. That's a good point, Max. I haven't really thought about it, but I think the only reason that would be tough is the center depth is so bad for the Predators.
Yeah.
Like who steps in for him?
I mean, Stamkos.
I think that if they had more center depth, they would. I mean, let's be honest. He's probably playing in the lineup right now because they don't have anyone else.
Right. I mean,
we could look at their prospect pool.
Let me look again. I mean, the only guy on the who's playing tonight who really could play center is Stamkos. But I mean, he's obviously playing really poorly.
Well, no, I mean, I'm going to look deeper into the prospect pool if we're thinking that, and you would make a swap. And I would say, if you're looking at centers, we still have never seen David Edstrom up here.
That's probably the one I would think of.
He's pretty highly regarded. I'm not saying he would come up and light the world on fire, but I mean, you could give him a chance.
Yeah,
give him a chance. So that's a possibility.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, they got to get Svechkov going somehow. I mean,
everyone else in your
it's only his second year, so let's not act like it's something bigger than it is. But I mean, it's right now he's not playing well. And again, in a perfect world, I really think in a perfect world, it's not the worst idea to send him to Milwaukee just to get his legs back under him.
And, I mean, when you're looking at the prospect pool for the Predators, they don't have a lot of centers to really choose from that are ready to play right now. That's kind of the problem. So if you're thinking about calling up a center right now, it's just bare bones. And you have a lot of good.
They have no quality or quantity of centers.
You have a lot of wingers. Like Joakim Kimmel could easily get called back up, but he's not going to fix your center problem.
Right.
So I got it on Puckpedia right now on the screen while we're talking about this. And when I look through it, Edstrom's the only one that can get called up that would maybe take Svechkov's place. If you want to take a flyer out on him. I mean, everyone else.
I would get it from the standpoint of get Edstrom, let him get his feet wet in the league, see what it's like. Well, for those games, Svechkov goes back to the minors, kind of gets his confidence back a little bit. And again, I envisioned that as a very temporary thing. But I could see that making sense, honestly.
And then who knows? Maybe he just plays really well and gives you a reason to stick around. He's got 7 games for Milwaukee this season. He's got 2 goals, no assist. So not making a huge impact in Milwaukee right now. I do have the Milwaukee Admirals stats pulled up right now, team stats through 7 games for the team. And leading the way for Milwaukee right now is Ryan Ufko, the defenseman.
People have been talking about him. Johnny actually texted me the other day saying about how Ufko's making it really hard for Trotz to not give him a call up here soon, especially with the defensive injuries to Yossi and Wilsby.
Yeah. So keep an eye on Ufko as well. But you go further down and it's more LaRue's already been called up, but you look at Reed Schaefer, but again, he's a winger.
Right.
It's hard to find room for some of these wingers because you've already got Wood playing well. You've got Weisblatt. You're not going to take those guys out when they're playing so well just to get another prospect in. So it's hard to find room for those guys. Center is where you really need help, and you just don't have anybody to call up.
I mean, I know. I mean, again, nobody would expect it goes well, but if you really end up going with a call, with bringing Svechkov down to Milwaukee for a few games, you might be forced just to go with Stamkos at center for those few games. As bad as the results may be, you just might have to bite the bullet and go with it.
Who would you call up? Who would you call up to fill in?
Maybe Schaefer. Again, I'm not talking the center spot, but maybe if someone has to get called up, maybe Schaefer. Maybe you give Joakim Kimmel another chance after he's had a full month.
Well, if you move Stamkos to center and you take Svechkov out, then you have a room to put someone on the wing.
Right.
And
yeah.
So
I get what you're saying.
It would be I think if we went that route, I would be interested to see Reed Schaefer.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. Yeah. No, I mean that certainly makes sense. I mean,
So that could be a possibility as well.
I mean, of course, you had Brady Martin for those first few games, but you're not putting him back and forth between the juniors.
No. Well, you can't.
That's just
can't
not
be called up.
No, that
can't be called up.
No, that would be dumb.
He can't be called back up this season.
Oh, like he can't even go back to the NHL at all?
No.
I didn't even know that.
I think once you send him back, he can't come back. Someone fact check me.
I didn't know that. I did not know that was a thing.
Well, I mean, my thing is, it's like you've already decided to send. I don't know how it works.
Are you saying that's like an actual rule that that?
No. All I'm saying is he hasn't hit the he hasn't hit the 9-game limit, but I don't know how it works in terms of can you.
You're talking from that perspective.
Can you bring him back and forth? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you have to be careful about burning those games. Yeah, no, you're right. Never mind.
I think
I even said it. That was just point.
Well, no. I don't think it's a dumb thing you said. I just think that I don't know how that works in terms of and first of all, he is dominating back with the Greyhounds right now. I mean, he's just tearing it up. I've been following him on social media, and so he's definitely picking up where he left off down there. So, I mean, I don't think that would be a good idea, honestly.
Johnny, actually, he just texted me saying once Brady Martin's junior season is over, then he can come back. But I do believe what you said is correct. According to Johnny, it is a rule. Once you send him back, you cannot call him back up for the remainder of the season for the juniors.
Regardless of whether he hit his limit or not. Yeah, he didn't hit the 9-game limit. But
no, he did not. But thank you, Johnny. Thank you for clarifying that.
But Johnny also says he can, which is true, and I did know this, but he could come back when the junior season is over. But, I mean, and that could happen before the NHL season ends. But that's very, very unlikely that scenario would happen.
Yeah. But thank you for the clarification there, Johnny. That is a rule.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny. Johnny always jumps in.
He does.
All right. So we got 13 minutes left. Third period. It's still 2-1. How are we feeling, Preds fans? How are we feeling? How are you feeling, Max? I'm still feeling hopeful.
Yeah, this third period, I think, has been very even.
You need one goal.
I don't think anyone's outplayed each other, really. I think, like I said, very even per side right now. Wait. Nope, never mind. 3-on-2. 3-on-2. What can we do? Oh,
come on, Max, give me something good here.
I'm trying. Okay.
Let's see how this play unfolded here.
Oh,
how did you get so far ahead of me? Is my
what are you watching this on?
My stream has to be lacking really badly.
Where are you on ESPN Plus? Or are you on
I'm on ESPN Plus. Okay. ESPN Plus Predators broadcast. Dude, you're 15 seconds ahead of me now.
I'm on the FanDuel Sports network.
Where's your game clock? Where's the game clock?
Really a crappy service. I'm surprised I'm this far ahead of you.
Where's your game clock at right now?
11:58.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're over 20 seconds ahead of me.
Oh damn.
That's all right.
You can fast forward in yours a little bit.
No, I think that what's going on is maybe it has to do with I don't know. I really don't know how it works.
What happens to me occasionally when I'm watching on the FanDuel Sports Network broadcast, which of course is a Preds broadcast, but from their app, a lot of times what will happen is after a while through the game, when you don't fast forward it, for whatever reason, the game goes progressively behind real time. Like for example,
I saw a tweet about that.
At the start of every period, I have to fast forward to catch up.
I'm leaving the screen for a second to see.
See what Chad can do. Hopefully, I just taught him a good trick there to get the game back to. It says that you can't fast forward anymore.
Yeah.
Dang. All right. Well, I guess you really are stuck there.
It is. Yeah. When I go on the ESPN Plus and I try to hit the scroll thing, it says you're live right now. So.
Damn, all right.
But I did see someone tweet that, and it got thousands of retweets of a guy really being upset with the ESPN Plus app and how it's never truly live. Not
You
even
know
close.
you know what I am upset about? Side note for a second. You know what I am upset about? The whole ESPN YouTube TV deal. They nearly ruined my whole weekend of watching college football. Thankfully, my parents, I was going to do it anyway, but my parents agreed to split with me an ESPN Unlimited subscription, so my Saturday wasn't ruined. I was going to drop the $30 anyway and just get it over with. My dad was generous enough to say, you know what, I'll split it with you, because they, at the end of the day, my family still use it to watch football. So
I've always said I've never understood why they don't sell games a la carte. You know how many times when I've been out of market, because I cut the cord on cable like 3 years ago when I moved to Florida, and I've always said that, you know how many times I just wanted to watch one game and I would have like shelled out $5, $6, whatever it is, just to watch that game. Kind of like pay-per-view. Like don't make me like subscribe to your streaming service. I just want to watch this one game, and I'll actually give you probably more money than I should pay to watch this one game. I've just never understood why that's not a thing.
My one buddy and I, like, we had our weekend nearly ruined because we had talked about for the week before, because we actually hadn't seen each other in a month or so, and we talked about how we were going to watch the games because we had the Oklahoma-Tennessee game on and the Wake Forest-Florida State game, which both my teams lost there. But our plans nearly got ruined, but thankfully I got the subscription from ESPN Unlimited and I was able to watch the games I needed to. Both, of course, my teams lost. So,
all right. So I know you're ahead of me, but right now where I'm at is got a really important face-off for the Preds in their defensive zone. Coming up close to 10 minutes left in the third period. That's where we're at right now. Shots are 29-19 in favor of Nashville, and they're just trying to plug away and get that second goal.
Yeah. It feels like, I mean, I don't want to say too much. It feels like they're kind of running out of gas. I almost feel like they gave everything they had during the second period. After that goal, they had the momentum, and they just haven't had the same energy since. Not really saying their efforts bad or anything. They just might have used what they had.
I mean, it's understandable considering what they're coming from.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, I think right now they cannot give up another goal. I think that goes without saying.
Oh,
this is like they got to play mistake-free the rest of the way.
Like we say, the margin for error with this team is just so like razor thin. Like any mistake that's made is magnified with this team.
And no, they cannot take another penalty either. I mean, that's going to kill it. They're already having a hard time finding momentum right now. They definitely cannot take a penalty and have to kill another 2-minute penalty.
No, that would be awful.
With them being so gassed right now. With them being so
sorry, I almost gave you there, Chad.
With them being so gassed right now, the last thing they need to be doing is killing another penalty with this really good wild power play. So, I mean, you got 9 minutes. At least on my clock, you got 9 minutes. Oh, yeah, I see what you were upset about there, Max. That was another good save from Onanen. I got to give it to him.
You see the you might have not quite seen what I saw yet, but are you talking Onanen or Gustafsson?
Onanen made a really good save.
Okay.
I'm at 8:40. I'm at 8:47 in the third period.
There was a chance you might have seen already. The Preds had 3-on-2. It looked like they might have had something, but they didn't. So
no, I did. I saw it right after the save by Onanen.
Okay.
They kind of like had a counterattack or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now, just you got to play disciplined. You've got time to plug away. And then you probably pull Justus Onanen in around, I would say, 2.5 minutes, maybe 2-minute mark.
Well, quite a bit of time before that, though.
That's usually when they do it. But that's my point: is you got plenty. You don't got plenty of time, but you do have time, assuming you don't give up another goal to just get this equalizer. I mean, this would be a shame of a loss to take because I feel like the effort has been there and they actually played a pretty good game.
Yeah, I think I've had no issue. And I'll also say there have been, like, I've seen a lot of takes like this year and last year that like the Preds like have had an effort problem. And I guess some games, like, of course they play better than others. That's bound to happen over the course of an 82-game season. There's some dips and stuff, but overall, I really don't think the Preds have an effort problem. There's a lot of times where you see them trying to scratch and claw. They'll get zone time, they'll push. But I really just think like the talent, like again, I am making a lot. It sounds like I'm making excuses. I think the talent really makes it look worse than it is. I really don't think this team has a talent issue. I don't have any issue during games with them, like, trying to, because it's like I said, a lot of games they're pushing hard. They just can't finish.
No, I don't get a vibe from this team that they're like not giving the effort, like they're disjointed. They're not like it's a bad locker room. I don't get any of that sense from this team. I think that, like you said, this team is just very depleted when it comes to pure talent, and not just talent, but also readiness. I mean, I'm going to call out some fans here. You're finally got what you wanted. You're seeing these guys play that you've been wanting to see play, and you're going to get what you get. You got guys who are playing well. They were young players, but they're not on that level of some of the teams we're facing right now, who've got guys in their prime who are elite all-star level players. So if you wanted to see the younger players get into these big moments in the lineup, and you're starting to see some of them get in there, and you're going to have to take that with the bad and the good, is my point. And so, and for the most part, I don't think they've been the problem. I think it's been more of the veterans who have not shown up like they should.
Yeah, I think like last night, the game losing goal, like with less than a second left in regulation, that was Brady Shea just losing a battle, getting outworked in the corner. I mean,
he loses a lot of battles, dude.
Yeah, and again, like I can see maybe for some young guys like making that excuse, like, oh, they just don't want to win, but win those battles. But that's a veteran. That's Brady Shea. Like that's that's not a coaching mistake. That's a player making a mistake right there.
I mean, that was just another example of the Preds losing right. I mean, who knows what happens in the shootout, but like, I don't know. You make it to a shootout, it's a 50-50 coin flip a lot of times, if you ask me.
Right.
So, I mean, if the Preds figure out a way to get to the shootout against Vancouver, they had a good chance to get that extra point and get a win and complete that comeback. Yeah, so absolutely. That's a huge breakdown by Brady Shea to let Brock Besser, of all people, just get right in on UC Saros like that.
And he's burned the Preds a few times in Nashville for some big goals. I mean, let's say going back to that playoff series back in 2024, that game 4 still will haunt my dreams.
It gave me really bad night. It was a really bad rerun, I should say, of not quite as terrifying, but it was very similar to their complete collapse early in the season against Montreal.
Yeah, very much so.
When Marchessault has a brain cramp and fires at the net when all he had to do was run out the clock.
Again, not a coaching issue. That's a bad play by a veteran.
I mean, you could see, like you're saying, Max, you could see a younger player making that mistake. You could see like a Matthew Wood being like, "Oh my God, I want to score this goal." And being like, all right, that was the inexperience. You give him a pass. Jonathan Marchessault, you should know better. You should know the time on the clock. You should know that it benefits you way more to skate down into that zone, let them pin you on the boards, pin that puck, and the clock runs out and you win.
Yep, 100%.
So it's the veterans that are making most of the critical mistakes you're seeing with this team right now. It's usually one of the veterans.
It really is.
And that, like you said, Max, that gives you that's not coaching. That's just horrible play by your players.
Yeah, it's execution. As I've talked about this team a lot of times.
Execution.
This team,
the coach cannot go out there and execute for you.
And Andrew Burnett certainly has his flaws, but a lot of coaches do. And again, at the end of the day, though, I don't think in the grand scheme of what's affecting this team, I don't think it's a coaching problem as much as a talent and execution problem. I mean, it's so obvious, even through tonight in a lot of ways. It's so obvious how this team can't do a thing most nights in the middle of the ice. They just don't have that capability at all.
I mean, I'm just going to say this right now. I know I already told you earlier, I don't really pay attention to the standings this early in the season, but those single points do matter.
Yeah.
And you look at where the Preds are at right now. They're 5 wins, 6 losses, 3 overtime losses. You turn those 3 overtime losses or 2 of those 3 overtime losses into 2 wins, and suddenly you're 7-6-1 on the season. You've got 15 points.
You're just outside. You're only out of a playoff spot because the other team has a game in hand. But you're at 15 points. You're tied for the Oilers for a playoff spot, right?
Those single points do matter.
Yeah.
Those critical mistakes in those moments do matter. Even this early in the season, they do matter.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
even still, though, I will say, like, just all things considered, like knowing where this team was in our predictions for the season, this is about what we expected. Honestly, maybe even a slight bit worse.
I think they're worse than what I predicted so far. I think if you do I did the on pace points for them a couple games ago, and I think updated right now, they're give or take somewhere in the mid 70s is where they're on pace to be. I thought that they had a good chance to be in the mid 80s. I thought they were going to be a lot better. Actually, I thought their power play was going to be a lot better. So I'll admit I've been wrong. I'll admit I've been wrong about that. But I also did not plan on Roman Josi being out this early in the season. I think that's made a huge impact on this team. And I thought that I'll go ahead and say it. I thought Stamkos was going to be better, a lot better than what he is. I mean, 1 goal and 1 assist through this many games. I mean, no one, even the Stamkos haters couldn't have predicted this.
I'm not super shocked, honestly, about the.
You thought he was going to be this bad?
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not super shocked in general about the just the lack of bounce backs from the old guys. I actually wrote an article about this saying that it's honestly not totally likely. I did not expect it to be this bad for Stamkos, however. That I'll say.
Yeah.
I mean,
but some of the things I was expecting this season have come true. I did expect what has mostly happened this season so far, and that is UC Saros is the main catalyst for why this team is keeping its head above water.
Do not look at the base stats with UC Saros. Don't.
And also the defense has been a lot better this year. They haven't been as leaky. I love Nick Perbix out there.
Yeah, he's not bad at all.
And Nick Perbix, his role is so overlooked because he doesn't really stick out unless you're really watching him, because his role is so underappreciated, and that's just being in the right place at the right time. It's making the right decision, something we just criticized Brady Shea for not doing. So I like Nick Perbix. I think he's been a great addition to this defense. Spencer Stastny has been awesome. Really happy with what we're seeing from him. Nick Hague has been decent. I have no problems with Nick Hague. And even your boy Nick Blankenberg got a power play goal last night against Vancouver. I'm happy to see him. We're not seeing Willsby in the lineup. That hurts again.
Yep. Which I was a little worried about. I was a little worried about the injuries with him.
So the defense and the UC Saros has kind of kept this team above water. And now you just got to see the goals. You got to see it all come together. And that's I never thought it was all going to come together for this team. So that's why I'm not they're kind of where I thought they'd be, but I thought they'd be a little bit better if you're going by points. What is going on? Why is everyone getting all up crazy? Okay.
Nothing happened. One thing I also will say.
Oh, okay. No. They're cheering. Minnesota's getting amped up because the Preds have emptied their net. 2:27 left. So around that mark that we were thinking.
One thing I'll also say, kind of to Andrew Brunette's credit with the defense, is everyone has always talked about how Andrew Brunette's been really quick to change the lines and pairs and all that. And even before the season started, like, it was very much expected.
He hasn't really done that this season.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was very much expected. I think he even said especially on defense, that it was going to be a lot of trial and error and a lot of different things tried out. Except for injuries, he's kept the defensive pairings intact. Especially
he's kept Weisblatt in there.
Shea and Perbix have been together every game, and so Stastny and Barron. He hasn't changed those pairs one time.
Yeah, I mean, he's kept Weisblatt's line very consistent.
Yep,
with McCarron. So he's giving Weisblatt that opportunity to get chemistry in the league and not throwing him all over the place. He's trying his best to let Evangelista build his game, getting top 6 minutes, which is something I've always been a proponent for. You got to let him prove it. So yeah, I mean, I think Brunette's done a good job of not doing the line blender thing.
And he's changed it a decent bit too. But one thing I'll also say, and I feel like I've said this on this show a few times, over the past few years, like I used to be a lot more critical of this kind of thing than I am now. But over the years, I've kind of shifted in thinking like a lot of times the biggest problem in this situation is not, the coach to change the lines. It's you not having the personnel to run the same lines over and over again. And the Preds really don't have the personnel that allows them to run the same lines night in and night out. They just don't have that.
All right, so the Wild just iced the puck, and now it's a minute 39. They went for the empty net goal and missed, so we're still clinging on to a little bit of hope here.
Come on.
Oh, man, that was a good feed from – that was a really good feed from Forsberg to O'Reilly in his wheelhouse in close, and O'Reilly just got beat by the pad of Gustafsson. So you got a big face-off here. Big face-off here. You got to get possession here. And they do. And a blast from way out in the point and from Stamkos. And
you dropped the puck again for the next face-off. I know I'm way ahead of you, Chad.
That's fine.
Oh, no, Stamkos. God damn it.
If I don't hear you cheer, then I know we're done.
Oh, no. Not looking great. Oh, no. Oh, nice steal there, whoever that was. O'Reilly. I'm under a minute left.
I know why you got mad at Stamkos. He lost the puck in the zone.
Yeah, he mishandled that.
It's funny. It's funny when I read your reactions. I know I'm getting the piece. I'm getting the piece together. What your reactions?
Like right in line, watching it at the same time, technically. But as far as our reactions, I mean, we're seemingly in.
But I knew
you see.
I knew exactly why you were upset about the Stamkos thing when you were ahead of me. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah, he lost possession of the puck and had to go back out and get set up again."
O'Reilly, I don't know if you've seen it yet. O'Reilly did have a nice steal from behind, like blocking the empty net goal. That would have been an empty netter. And now,
all right. So now I've reached the moment where the Wild have iced the puck again.
Yep.
Now you have 46 seconds left on my feed.
Yeah, I'm at 46.6. I'm at a timeout right now. You can see both sides just talking to their guys. Andrew Brunette's trying to drop something right now. I can see him.
I mean, they're getting another face-off. I mean, you got to win the face-off. You got to expect O'Reilly's going to take this face-off. That's one of his biggest attributes is winning these kinds of face-offs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, any face-off, really, Ryan O'Reilly. If you want – I mean, I remember a poll around the league a few years ago with the players basically saying if you're to have one player who you just – like your objective is win a face-off, the consensus vote was Ryan O'Reilly.
And this is where head coaches earn their money right here. So, you don't get timeouts very often in hockey. It's not like basketball. So, like, you see Brunette, drawing up a play, talking to O'Reilly. You've got Stamkos out there. You've got this face-off. You know that you've got to – this is a rare moment where a coach draws up a play in the moment and says, okay, this is what we're going to do when we get the puck.
Oh, come on. Come on, boys.
Well, as far ahead as you are, me, and you haven't started cheering yet, I don't feel too good about this.
10 seconds. Come on.
Come on, Max.
I
need you jumping.
It's over.
They get an empty
net. Oh, they scored with under a second left. They scored.
Yeah, I don't believe you. This would be the cruelest joke ever.
I don't know if it beat the clock. But they literally just scored a goal.
Oh, my God. I see, guys. I'm at 8 seconds.
It was Stamkos who literally just scored.
No way.
I'm not even joking.
Hold on. I gotta see this.
I don't know if it beat the clock. I do not know if it beat the clock.
Oh! And it was a blast.
I don't know if it beat the clock yet.
Oh, my gosh. Don't do this to me.
Wow. You got to show. Okay, we'll see here.
John
Oh
Hines,
yeah,
you just
we
be
beat the
quiet.
clock. That's a goal. This is going to overtime, baby. This is going
We
to
just
overtime.
talking about Stamkos.
Oh my God! What? Speak of the devil right now.
Is that not the biggest bang in the history of watch-alongs for Catfish on Ice?
Yeah. And we did last year. We covered the 4-goal comeback against San Jose.
Oh
Remember
my
that?
gosh!
We need to watch these more often, dude. Every time we do, something happens.
It crossed the line at 0.4 seconds.
Wow!
Steven Stamkos just told all of us.
Holy hell! Oh my God!
All right, wow. Steven Stamkos, I see you. I see you, Steven Stamkos. I see you.
And I think Nick Blankenburg set him up.
Wow. We just got to talking about drawing up plays.
Unbelievable.
All right, I'm watching the replay again here. Oh, that was just, I mean, hey, we've been talking so much crap about Stamkos. What a shot. That's why he's a Hall of Famer. And I know he doesn't do it.
And it was a pass by Blankenburg. Wow.
Your boy Blankenburg with the setup pass to Stamkos with 0.4 seconds. This is why you have to do watch-alongs.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so glad hey, we made a joke about it going into before we went live. We said, hey, let's hope this doesn't go to overtime. But we're here for it.
Wow. When's the last time this happened to the Preds?
Johnny says I'm beside myself.
Wow. I can't believe this.
Raptor Jesus says the Stammer Hammer. We get a triple bang from Redemption. Holy crap. I'm speechless almost. So we're going to another overtime. You know the Preds got to be on fumes, gas fumes right now on a back-to-back. They went to overtime last night in another comeback attempt. Stamkos has that eye of the tiger right now. I'll give him that. He doesn't even look that happy. He just looks so pissed right now.
Good. Oh yeah, no, he's not even smiling.
And he should be pissed. He should be pissed.
Wow.
He really does have that eye of the tiger right now. I'm watching him on the bench right now on the FanDuel broadcast. And the dude looks so laser focused, and so he realizes that he is playing the worst season of his illustrious NHL career right now. But he just scored such a massive goal for this team maybe
the biggest goal of the year.
Oh, absolutely. That if you're doing a top 5 goals of the season, that's not even – you don't even think twice about it.
Wow. How many times have I said wow in the past few minutes? I mean, that is insane.
Well, dude, I knew you were way ahead of me, and you were like, it's not looking good. We're done. But you never said that the Wild scored an empty netter, so I still had that little shred of hope.
Right, yep.
They haven't – and I thought you could have played the worst practical joke ever on me.
Dude, no, that was – I mean, I reacted right away. I mean –
that would have been cruel and unusual punishment if you would have looked at me and said, I'm just kidding you.
I did say, though, I didn't know if it was going to count.
You did. And it was. You were – I mean, 0.4 seconds.
Yeah.
Man. This is going to be all over the sports highlight reels tonight. Sports Center, everything. That's – let's hope that the Preds can actually bring this home with the win, but that's going to be all over. All right, Wild get possession first.
I mean, what sports are going to talk about? The goal or the fact that when we've been on these live watch-alongs, something crazy has happened?
Yeah.
I mean,
something always crazy happens when we've done these watch-alongs. I can never remember one that wasn't like, I can remember maybe one we've done in the past where it was like a blowout. But, oh my gosh, this is definitely top of the list. Out of the, I don't know, we've probably done around 8 or 9 of these maybe in the whole show's history. This has got to be number 1 for me.
Oh my God. Come on.
All right.
All right. I see Forsberg has it right here. He's looking. He's serving. All right, he's got it back. He's in the zone. Okay. Comes off. All right.
I mean, this is what they do in overtime. They play that keep away game.
Canucks did that painfully.
That's an argument for another day, but the NHL has to tweak these overtime rules a little. I don't like how you can just keep going in and out of the zone.
Yeah, this is. Oh.
It ruins the product of the game, honestly, though, when they do this.
Yeah, it was tough to watch last night when the Canucks just were playing keep away literally the whole time. I'm not sure there was actually any how much zone time there really was in that overtime between the Preds and the Canucks. I mean, it was so much keep away.
Yeah, the whole keep away thing gets kind of. I mean, overtime can be so exciting, but when teams are doing what they're doing right now, it's.
Oh no! Oh, blocked.
I don't want to hear that. Oh no, from you.
Nothing happened. It's all good.
Yes, everybody, we're still here. If you're listening on audio, it's just me and
Max
are both just completely locked in and captivated right now.
No. Oh!
I just saw a pretty big. I just saw
no goal, but almost did.
I just saw a pretty big save from Jussi Saarinen as well.
Are you talking about the one that was sitting right in the paint?
Yeah.
We might be we might be caught up to each other right now, actually. Amazingly.
No. Okay. I was talking about a different save. Now I'm caught up to the one that, no, we're still about the same distance apart from each other.
Okay.
But yeah, that was pretty scary.
Ooh, that could have been.
I tweeted right when the game started tonight that I don't have any confidence in Jussi Saarinen, but he has restored some of it tonight. He's played pretty well. He got lucky though. That puck did leak through his pads.
It definitely did.
He got pretty lucky that did not sneak past him. That would have actually been kind of a soft goal to give up.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it didn't go past him, so.
All right, come on.
What a game.
Oh, I know, right? Okay. All right. O'Reilly's got it. Ah. Jeez.
Is that an ender?
No, not an ender. You'll know when it's you'll know when it's an ender or something like that.
I'm at the 2-minute mark in overtime right now. The teams have traded possession a lot in this overtime, more so than normal.
Oh no. The Wild just ended it.
All right, there you go.
Jeez. It's a non-conventional goal that came off the net came off the post, but it was one of those where it's a goal.
And where I'm at with it right now is,
Andrew Brunette's confused. I got to see this again, actually. I think the Wild just scored to end it, but it's
I see what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
That should be a goal. I mean, if we're being honest.
Well, yeah, I don't know how the rule reads, but I'm pretty sure the goalie can't just knock it off its.
Yeah, that's
like someone has to run into him to force it to go off, right?
Yeah. That was completely unforced by Onanen.
I see some F-bombs from Andrew Brunette, and I also see them looking at their little iPad or whatever, but they've already called it final. I mean, I guess he can challenge it. I don't know.
I don't know how that works, to be very honest. I mean, Grant. No, again, I don't know the exact.
I agree.
The ref pointed goal right there.
That's got to be a goal. I mean, you can't. I hate to say it, but you can't just knock your. Right. I mean, he did it on his own.
It's not loud. I'm gonna turn my TV on a little. I'm sorry, my volume's going down. I just want to see what they're saying here. I gotta listen to this a little bit.
But I mean, he ran into the net on his own. Onanen did.
Man, for this game, what happened to end like this of all things on a thing like this?
They're still on the bench. They haven't started going down the tunnel.
No, they haven't. Hold on.
This is going to be nuts if they call this back. What are they saying?
Basically saying they don't. It seems like from. I mean, I know it's our guys, but they think it shouldn't count. I don't know how. This is one of those things. I really don't know how it's going to get ruled.
Well, I don't know the exact rule and how it reads when it comes to like
either.
if a goalie knocks his goal out.
It looks like they're going to count it.
I mean, they're going to count it.
I think so. Oh, Brunette's pissed.
Well, I mean, I would think you can't
Brooks Bratton just announced it on Twitter. That's it. It's game over.
I mean, I would think that unless the goalie gets forced into the net. Oh, I saw F off. I'm not going to drop an F-bomb because we got some people who might not be of age to be hearing cuss words thrown around. But I would like to hear the explanation to why he's so upset.
I'm going to be looking to see what the explanation is there. Brunette's wondering. He's still yelling. He's still talking to the ref.
He's giving it to the ref.
Yeah, he's pissed.
And they're explaining it to him. Yeah, I'm going to be fascinated to understand.
I will say
why.
To the Wild's credit here, if that kind of thing happened to the Preds and they didn't call it a goal, I would be pissed.
We got I have 5 million subscribers. Says shout out, please. All right, shout out. Nice for your 5 million subscribers. And then Predemption says Bruno is not happy. Yeah, that dude is spitting fire. Yeah. And again, Stamkos is also looking for an explanation. Stamkos is also. I mean, I'm kind of interested in the fact that all these veteran players are like don't understand the explanation. So now it's making me wonder what the explanation is.
What an odd way to lose after all that.
All right, so the Predators lose back-to-back overtime games. Both games they had to play comeback to get it to overtime.
Hard-fought games.
So they dropped a 5-6-4 on the season. Still haven't won a division game yet, which is a concern for me. Yeah. But that puts them at 14 points on the season. I mean, I guess it's better than taking the 0 points. But,
man, yeah, that's
still a rough one to take. That's a game you feel like they should have won for sure. And not because of that call at the end. I'm talking about the 2 power play goals you gave up and how you played really well. Outplayed the Wild, frankly, when it was 5-on-5.
Yes.
We got a question on YouTube. You think it'll stand as a goal? Yes, it stood as a goal.
It did. Unfortunately. It's over.
Yep. So everyone, thank you so much for joining this live watch party episode, the first of the year. This was episode 282 of Catfish on Ice with Chad Minton and Max Greenberg. We had a lot of fun bringing this to you, and we will do another one at some point this season. But again, the Preds lose to the Minnesota Wild by a score of 3-2 in overtime. Hard-fought game. Your 2 goal scorers are Matthew Wood and Steven Stamkos. Wow. Gets his second goal of the year with 0.4 seconds.
So I'm happy for him for that.
And he did get it. He got the Preds an extra point at least, and we don't want to take anything away from the players who got him set up there. As you said, Max, it was Nick Blankenberg, I believe.
The primary
assist.
Yep.
So, look, Blankenberg's playing really well in place of Adam Wilsby right now. So give him a lot of credit. I'll give credit to Justus Ananen for playing really well in a backup role tonight. So, yeah, a lot of positives to take from this game other than taking the overtime loss. So there you have it, guys. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your weeks, and we will see you very soon. Hit subscribe below on YouTube. We would really appreciate that as well. Take care, everybody.
See you guys.